what are you looking for here the rest of the year? I know it's probably what you're going to say is Charlie Mike finish the mission, line it up, let's go. But like, what are you looking for the rest of the year out of these guys? Like from a football standpoint, right? Defensively, like get back to what they were doing. You know, you could coach those MEs up. It wasn't for lack of talent, right? Like it's like stuff.
They know
like
what
that.
they're doing. They
like,
know what they're
doing. What are we
doing.
going to do to finish strong and put ourselves in the position where we're going to be in a Big Ten championship at the end of the year, or have a shot at it?
Yeah, I mean, I hope it started with like with the players only meeting yesterday to say like, hey man, I don't like losing teams, they click up and they bitch about what's wrong. You know, like winning locker rooms, they circle the wagons and like, hey man, let's right this ship here. And it's not even really right the ship. It's just like, let's just continue to get better and focus on what like day in, day out.
It's a refocus. It's like a reset.
It's a reset. That's a better way to put it. And you know, just realign our goals here and make the most out of this, because like that is still you have to. I mean, that's football, right? It doesn't matter where you are in the season. It's like we're going to continue to get better and try to, you know, keep putting on a show and winning games. So there's a lot of football to be played, and you know, there's a ton of guys working, probably still not sleeping, trying to get it figured out. But I don't think it's that. You know, it's little things. You know, there's no secret sauce. You know, it's like.
I really think it's one of those things where, like, I think in the past, Penn State's had to kind of look outside of the building for answers for this stuff. I think there's just been excuses, right? I think and valid excuses in the sense of like, we're still building a roster. We're still building this. We got to fill this void. Like, I don't think that's the case this year. Like, I truly do think it's just a reset. Let's get out, figure out who we are, and go from the coordinators all the way down to the ball boys. Like, let's get on the same page, pull the rope in the same direction, and figure out who we are and finish strong. Because I think if they do that, they do got a shot. I still think, like, even though I was hard on these guys, like, I think they can go out and, again, on paper, line up with Michigan. They can line up with the best of them on paper. Now it's about how can we prepare them as coordinators and coaches? How can the kids respond? Do they get off the bus? Which I said I don't think they do against Ohio State. So,
well, it's like anything. When you win, everybody gets paid, right? Like that's a saying we used to say, like in the NFL, right? You know that, and so like this is really no different. Like everybody wants a piece of a winning team and winning franchise, and that's players included. So
I think the hard got a lot to is even winning ain't going to get it done, because you looked at the Indiana game, like we're like we won, we pulled away in the fourth quarter, but it's like there's still a lot of doom and gloom, right? Because it was like they didn't play to their potential. And I think us valuing it, like it's like I think there's a different expectation. And I think you see that. I talked to Joshua Perry about this. I keep referencing this, but I just have so much admiration for playing Ohio State when they were really good. And like it just seems like you never watched that team have a dud against a big primetime game. Like they always came out and gave their punches. And if they got by a Purdue like they have, the next week it was like hair on fire, pedal to the metal. That ain't us. This is how we are. So I think we're still trying to figure that out as a program. I think we got a great opportunity this week again. I'm going to keep saying it. I mean, we did get away with it. A win's a win, right? But like we got to show who we are this week.
Right, and that's with the guys that you got, and that's with all the coaches you got. Like any narrative, anything other than that is like just a waste of energy in a negative way. Like all energy needs to go point in like, hey, we're all we got. This is what we need, and like anything contrary to that, it needs to be thrown out of the window, man. So I agree. I'm looking forward to watching them again, see how they respond.
I know. I've always said this. I'm just cautiously optimistic because I think that this roster is legit. It is. And the defense.
They are legit. I mean, the roster, again, paper, right? And then, like, there's that, I think, you know, like you alluded to, like, the big moments and those kind of things. Like, and that's when you got to put the foot on the gas and say, if we're not going to shoot our shot, then, like, then we're going to go home saying, you don't go home with one in the chamber, man. You shoot your freaking guns, and if you lose, like, you know, at least you shot. You don't go down looking. Yeah. So I hope that's the mentality they take into the rest of the year. So
yeah,